Steeler Nation, the Russell Wilson sweepstakes are finally over. And he's headed to none other than the 4-1-2, baby! What is going on? Good Monday morning to you. I am Mac, back with another video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram, link down in the box below. Why do all the big headlines happen when I'm asleep, man? Because this happened at around, quarter to midnight last night or something like that. At that point, I was in bed getting ready for another week at work. And I'm pumping this out currently at 7:45 in the morning. Okay? But yeah, Russell Wilson is coming to Pittsburgh on a one-year deal with a $1.2 million veteran minimum, while the Denver Broncos are paying him $38 million to play for us. This is an absolute bargain. This is an absolute robbery right here. To get a quarterback of this caliber for this cheap to play on a one-year deal while his old team is still paying him, wow. What a move. Seriously, what a move, man. I mean, I don't even need to sit down here and say that he's an immediate upgrade over Kenny Pickett. But let's just do it for the sake of it. But I also do know what Russell Wilson comes with at the same time. But let's just go over this, even though it's kind of redundant. I got the stats pulled up right here, so I'm just going to read them off. So this is just 2023 alone. The on-target percentage, Russell Wilson destroys Kenny Pickett in that. He had a 77.1% in that. Kenny Pickett had 73.7%. Almost 4 points higher than that. The yards per attempt, Russell Wilson again, 6.9. Hey, that's pretty nice, don't you think? But anyway, 6.9 to 6.4. Again, no contest. Touchdown percentage. Do I even need to go over that? 5.8 to 1.9. A 98 rating for Russ compared to Kenny Pickett's 81.4. I mean, this is just a clear and cheap upgrade over Kenny Pickett. And the biggest thing that Kenny Pickett dealt with last year, and isn't that really saying a handful right here? And this is where Russell Wilson strives, in my opinion, in his career, the red zone. The Steelers were awful in the red zone last year, and Kenny Pickett didn't really help out a whole lot of it, to put it lightly, where he had just an 82.3 rating in the red zone, while Russell Wilson in the red zone is 104.8. And that is just a massive improvement right there as far as our offensive production goes, considering the offensive coordinator that we have right now, considering what the offense is going to be. I think the red zone offense is going to look way better for the Pittsburgh Steelers this season, knowing that Russell Wilson is that type of quarterback who's clutch. He knows how to conduct a drive, pushes the ball downfield. I mean, this is just my initial reaction. I forgot to say at the beginning of the video. I planned on having my first mock draft out for the Steelers at some point this week. I'm pushing that aside for maybe next week or so, as I'm going to talk more about Russell Wilson this week. But, yeah, you take a look at Russell Wilson. He's got a great resume. I think he's a borderline Hall of Famer. I think he's done enough to go to Canton. A lot of people say that he's not going to the Hall of Fame, but personally, I think he's done enough to go to Canton. I mean, he has that Super Bowl championship with the Seahawks back in 2013, led mostly by the Legion of Boom, but still Russell Wilson, he contributed very well to that team, so he is a Super Bowl champion. He's a two-time NFC champion. We all know the last time that Russell Wilson was in the Super Bowl, he threw that infamous interception at the goal line, which is something that his interceptions I'm going to get into in a little bit. He has a 9-7 career playoff record, so that's something that we're really looking for here in Pittsburgh, is a guy who just knows how to play with a playoff atmosphere, a guy who has playoff experience, a guy who's a winner in the playoffs, and a guy who can just deliver and take us to that next step of winning a playoff game and even making it to another conference championship game. And of course, our ultimate goal is the Super Bowl. And Russell Wilson is that guy who has that experience. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's a proven playoff winner, and he knows how to perform in the clutch. So that's something right there that we are definitely looking for. He's 10th all-time in game-winning drives. And need I remind you, we are coming off having Ben Roethlisberger as our quarterback from 2004 to 2021. And Big Ben was top 5 all-time in game-winning drives and fourth quarter comebacks. Now we're getting a guy who is 10th all-time in that department. Russell Wilson knows how to put together a game-winning drive when his team is trailing. He's done that a lot in Seattle. Didn't really have a golden opportunity to do that in Denver, let's be honest, because I think the front office really let him down. But now he's going to a more competent front office. He's going to a better, well, I'm not going to say a way better offensive system, but he's going to a quarterback-friendly offensive system where I think the defense is going to be at its best. I think the defense is going to be healthy this year. And should we be trailing in a game, I think Russell Wilson is going to play with fire in his veins. He's going to cook up a fourth quarter comeback, and he's going to lead us to some victories this year. And like I said, 10th in game-winning drives. He's tied for 9th all-time in fourth quarter comebacks. His career touchdown percentage to interception percentage is among one of the best all-time. 5.9 to 1.9. He's only had like 2 or 3 seasons in his entire career where he's had more than 11 interceptions in a career. That is just absolutely amazing. So you're getting a guy who takes care of the ball really well. You're getting a guy who knows how to handle an offense well, and a guy who's going to throw you 20. He's good for 25 to 30 touchdown passes a year, which is really good considering what today's league has become, and a all-time QB rating of 100. For reference, Big Ben's QB rating all-time was in the 93s. So, yeah, man, I mean, to get him this cheap and to get him for what Denver is still paying him for, I think this is a really good move right here. I mean, I don't even need to sit down here and say that he's an immediate upgrade over Kenny Pickett, because that's just redundant. But hey, this is another stat that's going to blow your guys' mind, all right? How about the last 2 seasons? Russell Wilson has 42 touchdown passes in the last 2 seasons. You know how many touchdowns the Steelers have had during that time total? 25. Russell Wilson has almost doubled our offensive touchdown production in the last 2 seasons alone. And that's something that we're really looking for right here as far as a quarterback goes, because you do need a quarterback to strive in today's system, in today's league. And I think the Steelers, while I guess I can just get into it right now, okay? Now, look, for as much as I like this move, I like this move. I also know what Russell Wilson is coming with, okay? Yeah, he has turned the ball over a lot recently, and that may be something that I am a little concerned about, but, like I said, he just does have that reputation of taking good care of the football, and also, let's face it, Russell Wilson isn't exactly a spring chicken. I think he's going to be 36 this year, if I'm not mistaken. So he's kind of like at the tail end of his career, and I really don't think that's what the Steelers really need as far as a quarterback goes, because like I said, I'm personally on board with wanting the team to get younger, okay? And Russell Wilson, I think you might be getting one, maybe, and if he does really good this year, an extension is imminent, and you can get probably the final 2 years of his prime, which I'd be on board with. But if this means that Russell Wilson stinks, then we're probably going to see Kenny Pickett down the final phases. And like I said, I mean, I just don't want to see Kenny. I just don't want to see Kenny Pickett, man. So, I mean, let's just all hope and pray that Russell Wilson just balls out. He plays like he's still in his prime. You know, he doesn't, make foolish mistakes with the ball. And who knows, maybe he can put up another Pro Bowl resume. He's made 9 Pro Bowls in his career. And we can get the Russell Wilson that everybody was expecting him to be in Denver, okay? Because I'm not going to sit down here and be like on the whole, let's ride, Steeler Nation, okay? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make a mockery of that, okay? But I am saying I like this move. I like that he's coming over here. It does come with a few things to be concerned about, but overall, you're getting a massive upgrade at quarterback. You're getting, what should be a shot of adrenaline with the offense, and you're getting a veteran leader who knows how to conduct an offense, man. Like I said, this is just my initial reaction. I'm going to talk more about it this week, but let me know what you think down in the comments below. 1.2 million on this veteran minimum for Russell Wilson, and the Broncos are paying the last 38 million of it. Let me know what you think. Mac checking on out for the day. Have a good one, everybody.